Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. Let's learn a little 8th of January, Battle of New Orleans, whatever you want to call it. Alright, that was my solo for 8th of January. I grew up knowing it as Battle of New Orleans, that old Johnny Horton song. My dad listened to good old country music in the truck. Kind of ironic now because I just live a couple miles down from Old Hickory, President Jackson's home place. They're in Old Hickory, Tennessee. The reason why I have my banjo up like this obnoxiously in front of my face is because I just wanted to tell you about a cool product made by a good friend of mine, David Billock. He's actually a Gold Pick member, lives up in Michigan, and he's made and sent me a couple of his instrument stands. This is his banjo stand. I love it. He makes mandolin stands that are really cute. Look at that, how cute. And even this music stand that I use, which is completely adjustable, beautiful, beautiful workmanship. Check out his website, Display Cases and More, and he'd be happy to hook you up with one. Great, great product. We really learned two solos in this. We learned kind of a melodic, very fiddle-like solo to it, and then we learned kind of a funky Don Reno almost double string type solo. So if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, here in a little while I'll ask you to go over to my website where you can join as a Gold Pick member and get full lessons. We do this every week. We switch out banjo, mandolin, guitar, banjo, mandolin, guitar. And so anyway, enjoy this one. 8th of January, we're going to kick it off here in the first measure. I've capoed up to 2. So even though we're playing with the G tuning and I have a G position, we're capoed up to 2. So that's going to put the song in the key of A. If you wanted to play it in the key of G, you just wouldn't put a capo on and follow the instructions on the tab. Speaking of that, I have all of the fingerings beneath each note of the tab, those little circles. So the T stands for thumb, the 1 stands for index, 2 stands for middle finger, and those can be somewhat subjective. There's only a couple times where I'm going to demand that you use a thumb in certain places. Other times it's just a suggestion, so it's really whatever you'd like to do on some of these situations that I will call to your attention. Kickoff number 1, we're just going to slide, excuse me, we're just going to slide from the 4th to the 5th fret down there on the low D string and do a little forward roll. Simple enough, huh? And we do that 2 times in a row before we go into the first A part. Now really there's 2 solos, as I've mentioned in this song. We've got an A part and a B part, and then we're going to do another A part and a B part. So as we kick off the first A part here in measure 3, we're going to stay really close to the melody. Then the second time we're going to get a little bit more jazzy, and that's cool to do that. But we're going to jump up, and what I want you to do is go to the 10th fret. I'm speaking capo language. Really this is the 12th fret, but since we're capoed 2, now makes it the 10th. I'm going to grab it with my middle finger, and we're leading right into measure 3. Now, I have a tendency to kind of cut off this note just to kind of make it a little bouncy. Okay? But you can hold it down and ring it if you want. Now, I want you to reach up with your pinky to the 14th fret on that high 5th string. That's kind of an odd move. Some of you may not have done that before, but that's to get that top note in there. So measure 3 sounds like this. Cool. And a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2. Now when we get there to measure 4, my middle finger is staying down. It's actually not going to lower until later on into measure 5. It's not going to come up till later on in measure 5. And the only thing that's really moving is our index finger around it. That's through measure 4. Going into measure 5, we're going to go back to our original position. 1 and 2 and 3 and I'm going to jump down to my 5th fret and use my index finger there. You could just slide down and use your middle finger. Maybe that's what I do. Perhaps so. You'll notice that measure 5, the second time I play that 10th fret, I have it marked as a thumb, and I will tend to do that. I use my thumb whenever I can. If it's possible to use my thumb, I'll use it. It's very dependable, very strong, and you can pick faster using your thumb as much as possible. And measure 6 is just a forward reverse roll. Good. Now we're going to jump back up, measure 7, to our original position. But then our second note of measure 7 is a little different. We're going to use our ring finger to just press the 11th fret down. I'm going to insist that you use your thumb right there because we're playing a middle finger and then we're going right back to the middle finger on that 9th fret. So in between, it's easier to use your thumb than to try to use your index. It's just, it's stronger to do it that way. So leading into measure 7 sounds like this. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good. Yeah, and then we're going to continue on using our thumb at the beginning of measure 8. 1 and 2 and. At this point, we're going to release. Okay, and when we play that 4th note of measure 8, which is that open high G string, we're going to get into a different position. We're going to grab our 9th fret with our index finger, then reach all the way and grab the 13th with our pinky. This is kind of a stretch. Just a chromatic type lick there. Okay, if you can't make that reach, it's okay to do the 12th fret instead. Okay. Okay. Then at the last note of measure 8, we'll use that to shift and go back up to this position. Ring finger. I don't think I did this in the performance, but I think I did it like this. But if I had a choice, I think I would do it like this. Ring finger on the 10th fret, index finger on the 8th. So at measure 9 sounds like this. And slide everything down to the 3rd and 5th fret. Okay. Once again, that's a thumb I'm using there. And then a 16th and a pull off. Cool.